決める。
燃やし尽くす。
恐れなし。
静かにしろ。行くぞ。これでどう？遅いぞ。風に乗れ。行くぞ。どこにてこれでどうだ。燃やし尽くす。局を開く。これでどう？風に乗れ。静かにしろ。行くぞ。行くぞ。どこにてうがつ。これでどうだ。風に乗れ。愛になれ。どうした。いや、これで決める。燃やし尽くす。休む時か。壊れる。しっゆ騎兵も戦争に不可欠だ。ゆ
融合。春よ、雪を溶かせ。
遅い、待ってたぞ。これでどうだ。風に乗れ。行くぞ。ターゲット確認。痛みよ、我が身をまとえ。切る、せい、死ね。騎兵も戦争に不可欠だ。隙あり。これでどうだ。矛にてうがつ、恐れなし。
Imagine a place you can almost taste. Malfi, gin from Italy.
Just a reminder, this is test server footage. Some things may change, and, well, if you want top. Gion has some free crit rate in his build, but also gets an attack boost when entering the fight, and a critical damage bonus while attacking an enemy. His resonance skill is a forward dash to close the gap, and while he attacks a target, he gains ult. Very easy to proc every time he's entering the fight. Also very important, because without your ultimate, he's not going to feel as good. In fact, in the early game, before you get a bunch of good substats, you may even want to consider taking one of your 3-cost echoes and using something that has energy regen, just to make sure you have your ultimate as much as humanly possible. If you find you've got enough energy in your substats, you can definitely convert energy regen, crit rate, crit damage, and any sort of heavy attack. I want to go with attack percentage because that's going to be the best in slot, and then again, any damage or energy that you can find in the substats. And the team, in my opinion, luckily, they are on Jian's banner, making it a little bit easier to get them. In the early game, if you want to focus on using your ultimate ability as well as your outro skill, this Cadenza gun is very solid. It's a very good pickup that's pretty universal if you end up building it. But one day, if you're able to get this 5-star weapon, it is absolutely cracked for...
頭がすっきりしました。少々お待ちを。今のひらめきをメモしないと。
Yeah.
For Echoes, you can also be the Molten set just to do more fusion damage. However, Moonlit Clouds could also be very solid because of the energy regen and just this boost that you get when you use your outro skill, so it's kind of a win-win. The reason you want to use this guy is because he's actually going to boost up the heavy attack damage of the next unit on field. 38% more damage for your heavy attacks is insanity for Jian because all of his attacks are heavy attacks when using your ultimate. And with his ultimate ability, he applies this burning state where he just kind of joins in and helps out in the fight, doing additional damage. Burning state, testing Verena is super good. She provides an all-type damage bonus. However, you might not get lucky and you might not get her. So I do recommend using Baiji so you have a little bit of healing in the team if you want. You can use something like the Variation to again give you energy regen as well as your outro. Skill more often. And then for the set, you can just use something like the healing set so that you can give your team some extra attack. If you're giving Mortefi a little bit of extra attack or Jian, it doesn't really matter. It's still a
俺の手を借りたいとはな。
一緒に探検ごっこする？
benefit. Now, another really solid teammate choice for Jian is Yang Yang, especially if you're using something like the Scale Slasher, which will help her do her outro skill more. If you don't know what the outro skill is, she will actually funnel energy into the next unit on field, meaning if you're having issues getting your ultimate up and running with Jian, well, that's not going to be a problem.
In Big Time, you can collect Big Time cryptocurrency. It's real fun and easy. You can collect the Big Time token.
Jian is disgusting single target and a this. Most will not actually be used and covered in the rotation. How is heavy as he has some unique, again, basic artillery that has an effective percent cold result. Total damage dealt comes from his ultimate. His fourth circuit mechanic is cold resolve. And temporary you not that one. Caveat is also or 5-piece on your sub and main will only cost you either 2-piece Yada and 2-piece Lingering, ever depending on your sub and main stats, going either 2-piece Yada and 2-piece Lingering, or 5-piece Lingering will only cost you either 2-piece Yada and 2-piece Lingering, or 5-piece Lingering will only cost you around 7 to 16% DPS.
知らず
燃やし尽くす。おう、待ってたぞ。ここにてうがつ。死にたいのか。ふん。
距離を保つか。
消してやる。隙あり。チッ、恐れなし。
But again, this is given all sub and main stats would be the same, so especially doing a 2-piece combination can be viable. Already speaking of it, it's the best choice as it will provide you with arrow damage percent and heavy attack percent during your ultimate.
Yes, the monkeys are as of the CBT2 at least, you can swap cancel the monkey and directly switch him in again.
For your main stats, you want either crit rate or crit damage. Honestly, take whatever has the better substats, favoring crit rate. Double arrow damage percent on his 3-cost echoes is his best choice, however going for a mixed attack percent and arrow damage percent is fine as well, only losing out on around 4% DPS, but going double attack main stats instead is already a DPS loss of 11%. Again, given all other substats and main stats stay the same. Depending on how long you stay in with your other teammates, you might actually also need a little bit more than 45 ER, around 50 or 55%, which would require you to go for one whoever in the teams actually finished and crit that touched on earlier. Might want to look into getting some ER percent rolls up to 45% in total to be able to basically have 100% uptime on your ultimate. At least considering the energy, the cooldown of 6 seconds will still exist, even though you will practically never notice that as you want to switch characters during his downtime. This leaves the final substat priority as ER percent until 45%, into crit damage, crit rate, into attack percent. Reading his weapons, to no one's surprise, his best in slot is his signature, being ahead by around 20% compared to Lustrous Razor. However, R5 Autumn Trace is even up and technically just slightly better than the standard 5-star weapon. Autumn Trace R1 is his next, it can easily be consequences. Please stop wasting your money, Gian is probably this one guy percent to echo into his ultimate, which will then consume 30 resolve and trigger his fort into skill into 5 times Lance of King Long. Again, that are his. However, I know first of all this is what our Val rotate a little bit possibly. Alone will increase his damage dealt by